Well, hello there folks, how are you? It's lovely to see you again as usual, and I hope that I find you very well indeed. And welcome back to What's for Tea. And for tea last night we had these amazing fish cakes. Now if you watch my channel or you've been watching it for a wee while, you'll know that we have fish cakes quite often, but I don't often make them myself. I found this recipe online and I just had to give it a go, and they turned out perfectly. I will list the original recipe in the description box underneath, but these are fantastic, absolutely foolproof. You know, if you do like fish cakes, I urge you to give these ones a go. This is everything that I used here, and all of the ingredients will be underneath the video. Click on the show more and it will bring everything up down there for you. So I've got some cod today. I'm also using some plain or all-purpose flour, some panko breadcrumbs. I've got salt and also pepper, a couple of eggs. You might need 2 or 3 depending. I've got some spring onions or green onions or scallions, however you like to call them. I've got garlic, fresh thyme, fresh parsley, and also a couple of knobs of butter just for frying the fish. And then I'm using jacket potatoes or baking potatoes. These are frozen jacket potatoes, but I would suggest using baked potatoes because the potato is going to be lovely and dry inside. You know, you don't want your tatties really wet and soggy, so do use baked potatoes if you can get them, or even just large potatoes and just bake them in the oven. This was the fish that I used here. I wanted to use cod because it's quite a robust fish, you know, and it does hold its shape. So I would suggest using cod, but you can use haddock or salmon or whatever you like. But whatever you end up using, just make sure it's nice and chunky, because we are going to cut this up into nice big chunky squares, you know, just so that it doesn't all disintegrate. You want to keep it nice and chunky, or as chunky as you can. So once your potatoes are fully cooked from the oven or the microwave, depending on how you're doing them, it doesn't really matter. You just want the nice cooked dry potato from inside. We're just going to discard the skins. So once your potatoes are cool enough to hold, and this might take about 5 minutes, grab a spoon and you just want to scoop the insides of your potatoes into a large bowl, just like this. And as you can see, they are lovely and fluffy and dry and buttery, and this is exactly what I was looking for. Now don't break them up too much. You don't want to mash these or anything. You want to keep them as chunky as possible, just the same as the fish. Pop some salt and pepper onto your fish on both sides. Just flip them over and just make sure they've got plenty of salt and pepper on each side. And just do exactly the same. And go over to your cooker on a medium heat, pop in a couple of knobs of butter. This is just a few tablespoons. Get it nice and melty, and to this we're going to add the fish. So just pop it in. If you're squeamish, you can use tongs. It doesn't bother me, so I just pop it in by hand. You want to cook this on both sides for a good few minutes, just until it's fully cooked. I'm just going to speed this up just to let you see in quick time. I am using some tongs just to flip it over, and as you can see, because the cod is a very robust fish, you know, it's not falling apart or flaking apart very easily. And you might need to add another wee bit of butter, you know, if you find your pan is getting quite dry. Once you're happy that it's fully cooked, just pop it into a bowl. My bowl is just at the back there, as you can see. And just be very gentle, you know, with your tongs, because obviously it's fully cooked fish. It could just fall apart. But because I'm using this cod, you know, it is holding its shape very well indeed. And in the same pan, once you've got all your fish out, pop in your thyme. And I'll do that lovely popping thing that thyme does. I just love thyme. Pop your thyme in, and then your garlic. This is 3 cloves of garlic. You can mince your garlic or slice your garlic, whatever you want to do with it. And then the spring onions. And you want to stir this around and give it a cook for 2 to 3 minutes, just until your onions are starting to soften and your garlic is starting to pick up some colour. Then get back over to your fish and pop in with your fish the potato. You can just see there how lovely and dry that potato is. And like I said, that is ideally what we're looking for. Then pop on top of that your garlic and onions and herbs. And then lastly, a good handful of fresh parsley. And then some salt and pepper on top of this as well. And then with a big spoon, just go round, and fold everything in together. You don't want to furiously mix this because, like I said, you are trying to keep the shape of the fish and the chunky potato in there, just so that it doesn't turn out to be mashed potato and mashed fish, which, it's fine, but it's not the best texture. So you want to give this, as much texture as you can. I'm going to use this wee half-cup measuring scoop just to make sure that mine are all the same size. If you don't have one of these, you can use a cookie cutter or even do it by hand if you prefer. But I am going to use this wee cup because this is the perfect size, and this will give you, if you're going to use this, it'll give you about 8 to 10 fish cakes. Yeah, you'll get quite a few from this. So your flour, and then you want to beat a couple of eggs. Just give them a light whisk. This is what you're going to coat your fish cakes in. So it's going to be flour, eggs, and then the breadcrumbs. Like I said, I'm using panko breadcrumbs, but use whatever breadcrumbs you prefer. So I'm just going in with my wee scoop. I'm just going to make sure everything is well patted down and compact. Give it a wee shake and it will easily release from your scoop. Straight into your flour. Just be gentle with them because they are very soft. Into your flour. And then gently pick that up and then straight into your beaten egg. You might need to tilt your bowl here, as I have, just to make sure that, that all edges are covered in the egg, just to make sure that your breadcrumbs stick, all over. And straight into your breadcrumbs and just give them a wee pat down, just to make sure they are well stuck. And I'm just going to pop this to the side onto a baking tray until I've done the others. And I will show you me doing the others. I am just going to do 4 for the video, but I will do the other ones later because these freeze wonderfully as well. And you can do these the day or a couple of days before you are planning on cooking them as well. So they are really good from that point of view. So like I said, I only needed 4 of these for the purpose of the video. So I'm just going to quickly speed through these and just show you me putting them together. Just pop them onto a tray at the side because we are going to be finishing them off in the oven anyway, so you will need a tray lined with non-stick paper. But don't they look fab? And that wee dent on the top, that's just from my thumb, as I've been handling them, but you can flatten that down if you want them completely flat on the top. I wasn't bothered. And get back over to your cooker again with the same pan. I've cleaned mine, obviously. Get some oil in there. You do want about 1 inch of oil in the bottom of your pan in a medium heat. Just make sure they're well spaced out and give them a few minutes on each side just to go nice and golden. Like I said, you're just looking for some colour here. These are not going to be warm in the middle, so we are going to pop them into the oven to warm through fully. So you're just looking to get as much colour on these as you can, and as you can see, I have upended some of mine just to try and get as much colour on there as possible. So once you're happy, just pop them on to an oven tray with some greaseproof paper and whack them into your oven for about 15 minutes, probably on gas mark 6 or 200 degrees C, depending on what you're using, just to warm them through properly in the middle, and they will come out looking something like this. And like I said, I was super chuffed with these and they tasted amazing, actually better than anything that I've had shop bought. And I have made fish cakes myself in the past, but using this method, they're just they've come out so much better. And I would generally serve my fish cakes with chips and peas, or even mashed potato and some cheese sauce or parsley sauce over the top. It's quite a warm day, so we didn't bother with any additional chips. We just had some garden peas, a wee bit of tartar sauce, of course, a wee wedge of lemon and some extra parsley on the top. And I would highly recommend you give these ones a go if you do like fish cakes. But as I said in the beginning, if you don't like cod, you can't get cod, use any white fish you like, or even, salmon works really well as well. But you can see in the middle there, those big chunks of potato, the lovely chunky fish, and the wee green flecks, from the parsley. So, and the thyme, obviously, but they are absolutely amazing. Or you can even have these on their own, just with a wee pot of tartar sauce, just as a snack. But yeah, we just love our fish cakes. Perfect. And just before I leave you, I wanted to say, as usual, a massive thank you to the supporters of the channel over on my Patreon page, and I will be over there soon, and to the channel members here on YouTube as well. And for you all for leaving your lovely comments, and for those who share the videos, it's all very much appreciated. And I will catch you very soon with my wee shopping haul, and then back on Sunday for meals of the week. And I have got another wee unboxing coming. I was very kindly sent some goodies from a butcher here in Scotland who contacted me on Instagram. They're actually in Dundee. So yeah, I was contacted over there and asked if I wanted to sample some of their pies. So my shopping haul will be a wee bit smaller than usual on account of waiting on that delivery. So hopefully it does come. I'm expecting that today. So I will be sure to pop that video up as well and let you see all the wonderful things that have been sent. And if you're not following me over on Instagram yet, I'm What's for Tea 3 over there, and it would be lovely to see you. So I'm going to go off now and wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Until I see you again, take care of yourselves and bye for now. Bye now.